What is going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of For Better or Worse. We still have this Flash Picks Play of the Day template on. Still waiting on some technical things to happen for our buddy Austin. But please welcome Austin's props to the pod once again. Austin, how you feeling today?
Dude, ready to rock. Honestly, gonna be a good day. We got college football going to the Oregon State versus Oregon Civil War. So pretty excited for that. Vibes are up again. You know how it is. How you doing?
Yeah, vibes are definitely up. I'm excited for this episode. So just give you a run through before we get into it, guys. Please retweet, share, subscribe to the YouTube channel, do all that jazz, reply to it, whatever you want to do. Tell your friends. Appreciate all the support. But we have some NHL plays I want to talk about today. Some I already tweeted yesterday. Just want to run through that real quick, and then we're gonna do a pretty fun segment, if you ask me. We're going to do a draft of our most forgotten about athletes in any sport. And then we're going to do our NBA finals prediction and then follow it up with maybe some college football or NFL early looks, whatever we want to do. So without further ado, let's get into these NHL picks real quick. I already tweeted this out. It is the Hurricanes money line. It's minus 140 now. I tweeted it at minus 135. I would still play it at minus 140 in hockey. Unfortunately, we don't get the luxury of buying a couple points. You got to kind of just take the minus 140 or go with the in regulation line at like plus 100. I'm going to be safe with the minus 140. This team's lost 5 in a row, but has the Flames on a 5-game road trip. The Flames looked terrible yesterday. They're both on a back-to-back. I trust Carolina at home, and I trust their goaltending as well. And they lost 5 in a row, but they lost 3 in overtime. So they're in games. They're not getting blown out. They're just not winning in overtime. So they still gained a point in 3 of those 5 games. I love the Hurricanes today. Make sure to get that in now if you didn't get it yesterday. My other play was the Panthers 60-minute line over the St. Louis Blues. Blues on a back-to-back look terrible versus the Lightning. They've proven that they cannot win on the road yet. Panthers are 6-2-2 at home. Insane power play, and the Blues penalty kill on the road is absolutely abysmal. It's just a horrible schedule spot for them, especially after playing a tough team like Tampa. They play tough. They play bruising hockey. Now you got a fast and big and physical team in the Panthers as well. It's just not a good spot. I think the Panthers roll here. So get the Panthers 60-minute line. I got minus 105 on Bet365. You could probably play that up to minus 120 or so. But now that hockey's out of the way for now, I'm excited for this. Guys in the comments, do not give anything away. But we're going to do our draft of the most forgotten athletes since 2005. They've had to have played in a game or a season since 2005. So it's going to work with Austin's going to pick, then I'm going to pick, then Austin, me. And we'll show our rosters at the end, and we'll have you guys rate who you guys think has the most forgotten about athletes. So I'll let Austin lead us off with the first pick. I'm surprised. And we did not talk about this beforehand. I'm going to be genuinely shocked. Feel free to roast either of us as well.
Yeah. Some of them are going to be like bus players. You know what I mean? It's probably going to be all over the place. So with the first pick in this draft, I'll be selecting Jeremy Lin.
Wow. I like that. That. Jeremy Lin, he was almost on my list. I will say that is a solid pick.
Good leader out there, gonna get the games well.
I was gonna say that. He really was the peak of New York for a solid 2 weeks. He
maybe shorter.
He was the real deal. He was the real deal.
Yeah.
I like that pick. I'm gonna see. I have guys that I don't even know who I'm gonna draft first. But I think this guy is a must draft. I'm going to go with Greg Oden. He was the number 1 pick. Was he on your list or no?
Yeah, definitely. Portland guy, are you kidding me?
Yeah, that's true.
Took him over Kevin Durant. Yeah, took him over KD.
Greg Oden, first overall pick. Just never really saw the light of day. He played a couple. I think a knee surgery, missed the whole first year, and just never really got over that knee surgery. So I feel like Greg Oden totally forgot about. He played in the Big Three for a little bit. He's just I just feel bad for him. He's my number 1 pick.
Yeah, no, that's a great selection. Couldn't stay healthy, but was damn good at Ohio State.
Yeah.
All right.
Who do you got?
With the number 2 selection, this guy I guarantee wasn't on your list, but he will be after this. So Allen Hurns, wide receiver, Miami, played for Jacksonville. 2016, he was 89th in the whole entire NFL as a Pro Bowler. Then the next season, off the roster, not even on a team. How do you go Pro Bowl?
I remember him, but I just totally forgot he existed until you said his name.
Right?
That is the.
Well, he was ranked 89th of all of the NFL players, and then not on a team the next season.
Yeah.
So.
No, that is. I like that pick a lot. I'm gonna go with my second pick is gonna be Sean Alexander on the Seahawks. He was on the cover of Madden, and then just not even on the list of good running backs when you go back. I feel like he almost was just like I almost thought I dreamt he was on the Madden cover. That's how much he was irrelevant after that.
Yeah, Seattle's 3 hours from where I live, and I honestly don't even hear people talk about him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have never thought that one.
That is my second overall pick.
Good little 1-2. Odin and Sean Alexander. I like it.
I'm getting nervous now.
Moving on to the 3. I need someone strong, so I'm going over to 2008 Minnesota, OJ Mayo.
I actually said his name the other day. I said his name the other day because we were in the aisle, and I was telling my fiance, I was like, "There's a guy in the NBA. His name used to be Orange Juice Mayonnaise." That's literally the only reason why I talk about him.
OJ.
What happened to him? Do you remember?
I'm pretty sure he got in trouble a little bit with the weed, but I honestly couldn't tell you. I know he was kind of out of the league within a few years.
Yeah, no, I like that. OJ Mayo. This is tough. This is really tough.
God, I got a good squad, man.
Yeah, I think I need a little guy who had a little bit of success and then fell off. So with my third round pick, I'm gonna go with Brock Osweiler.
Okay.
Brock Osweiler.
I like it. Wasn't on my list, but quality player for sure.
He was quality for like a year with the Broncos, then signed with the Texans and just totally took the money and just decided to just not even play football ever again.
Cashed it in a little early, but
100%.
I like it. Moving on to my 4. I kind of need a guy to keep the squad together. Good team guy. So for that, I'm going Tyler Hansbrough.
Love that.
North Carolina all-time scorer. Just never panned out. You know what I mean? Like everyone thought he was going to be good. Pacers took him pretty high and just couldn't do it.
Yeah, my brother had some Tyler Hansbrough jerseys for sure.
He was mean.
He was the real deal for sure.
Yeah.
And yeah, I could probably tell you why he didn't pan out. He couldn't shoot, and he was probably pretty slow.
Yeah, he was. Well, he was a 20. Like he would get 20 and 20 in college. You know, 20 boards, 20 points, but just couldn't do it. Him and Roy Hibbert for the Pacers was like the slowest lineup of all time.
Yeah. No, 100%. That's a great pick. I think I'm gonna have to stick with basketball here and go with my 4th round pick is Adam Morrison.
Yeah.
And on Gonzaga. He's basically known for crying when his teammate didn't pass him the ball on that half court heave in March Madness, and then just never panned out ever. I don't even remember where he got drafted.
I think he was on the Lakers, right? Like he was on that team with Clarkson at point guard, and
I think he was later.
Robert Sacre. Like you ever see those memes where it's the worst Lakers lineup of all time? I'm pretty sure he was on that team.
He might have been. I think you're right. I don't think he was drafted by the Lakers though. I think he played for the Hornets. I'm not sure.
Yeah, sharpshooter that just couldn't shoot in the NBA.
Last pick.
My last pick. I need some star power. I need a guy that kind of proved himself a little bit, rounded off. Portland guy, Brandon Roy.
That's a great one.
Yeah.
Wow.
Damn good player for 3 or 4 years. You know what I mean? Three-time All-Star, but
he was nasty.
Nasty, but where is he? Nobody hears about him. You know what I mean? Like he fell off so hard where like he was like one of the best guards in basketball, and then
He was filthy.
bust. Like not bust, but
He
you know what
was
I mean.
he was like the guy that they loved before Dame came along. He was
Yeah,
just
it
he
was
was the
his
truth,
team.
man.
Yeah, it was his team before it was LaMarcus Aldridge. You know what I mean? Everyone thought B. Roy was the guy.
Yeah, I am struggling with my last pick. I have a couple guys that I feel like could all make the roster,
No,
but I don't know.
no Baton Rouge 2007 quarterback Raider didn't make the team. Jamarcus Russell.
Oh no, I feel like he's the most remembered,
Yeah,
forgotten guy.
that's kind of
He's
why
not
I
really
stayed away from
forgotten.
him. Definitely
And
sharpens your
so,
team. You know what I mean? Because of how big of a bust
yeah,
he was. But like, I agree.
I'm gonna go with. Oh, this is so hard. So I have three guys. Maybe I'll talk about honorable mentions
Yeah,
after.
I have a couple honorable mentions as well.
Oh my goodness, I'm gonna go with. Dang, this is so hard. I'm gonna go with Hashim to beat. He was
Memphis
drafted
Grid.
after he was
Let's
drafted after
go.
Blake Griffin, second overall, played for UConn, was talked about as being the next almost big thing. Um, James Harden was drafted right after him, and Steph was drafted in the same draft, but Hashim to beat went second, and he just sucked, and I don't know why. But he was pretty poor
He was so
and just
awful. I
never really.
remember being like, what year was that draft? Like 2012? I think
It
I was like
2009.
2009. Okay, so I was like 11, 12 years old, and he was a 58 overall in 2K. Like I remember he was the worst overall player, and everyone, you know what I mean? I was just like, wow, that's
Yeah,
sad. That's how
yeah,
you
no, that's
know.
brutal. All right, we got some good rosters. I'm gonna repeat them again. Austin's rosters: Jeremy Lin, Alan Hearns, OJ Mayo, Tyler Hansbrough, and Brandon Roy. Brandon Roy was probably the best pick of the draft in the 5th round.
Yeah,
I will
great
say,
value back there.
great value. And my draft is Greg Oden, Sean Alexander, Brock Osweiler, Adam Morrison, Hashim to beat. I think it's a pretty good roster. I want
Yeah,
our.
I'm
I'll have
interested to see who
Deshaun edit.
wins. Yeah, I'm interested to see who's got the better squad.
100%. I like it. Who was your honorable mention? Who didn't make the cut?
So Peyton Hillis, I felt like
That was what on my list. That's what I was
yeah,
arguing.
I felt like he was kind of known as like a bust though, so I didn't want to include him. Like every video I've ever seen, he's in it, you know.
Yeah.
So I kept him off, but would have been a good pick. Michael
Yeah.
Beasley was
He
another
was on
one.
mine too.
Dude. I went OJ Mayo because he got picked one pick after Beasley, and I felt like OJ was a little stronger of a pick, but Beasley, I
Yeah.
mean, that dude was a bust. I
I
had
had
Jamarcus
Josh
Ruff,
Jackson
Josh Jackson. Wow.
on
Yeah,
the drafted
that's
by
a
the
good one.
Suns. I
Yeah.
should have picked him. He was on my list, but I didn't
Yeah, he
pull the trigger.
fell off too.
And then
Josh
Anthony
Freeman from
Bennett,
Tampa Bay.
Josh Freeman. Yeah. I had
That
Anthony Bennett drafted first overall in 2013 and just never panned out.
was like the worst draft class ever
Yeah.
that
I
year.
have one more. This guy, he kind of just sucks. I don't know why he's ever good. Jahlil Okafor.
Yeah, just couldn't pan out.
People were saying he should get drafted over Carl Towns in that draft.
Yeah. That was Jabari Parker too.
Yeah.
Everyone loved Jabari Parker. Like they were the same draft and both just terrible.
And
I
I
almost
had
included
RG3. Yeah, that
RG3.
was it.
Yeah, that's solid. I had Tebow on the list, but I felt like he still
Yeah.
was too media based. And then David Tyree for the
That's a good
Giants.
one. That's a good one.
I thought about including him, but I didn't know if the Super Bowl success would have got X'd out, so it wouldn't have counted, you know. So I kept him
No,
off.
that's a
But
good one.
definitely think he would have strengthened my roster.
100%.
It's tough.
That's
There's so many
basically
good
it.
players.
That was good. All right, let us know in the comments, by the way, who you guys think should have been drafted. If we missed one in the chat, we're gonna move on to our NBA slate. Actually, we don't really have props out or anything too much. So, was this? They didn't like his attitudes. The NBA does. They do. Yeah, it's a good point.
Who?
Some people just get shelled out. I think it was
Probably all the damn guys we had.
oh, he said Beasley wasn't a bust. Beasley was a bust given the fact that he was a second overall pick.
Yeah, and Miami definitely would have rather went elsewhere
Yeah.
than being
Imagine if Derrick
selected.
Rose fell to them at that time, because Derrick Rose would still been on his rookie contract.
Yeah.
So they would have been able to keep everybody. Which is
Beasley
just
was
crazy to
definitely a
think about.
bust. Come on.
He played well, but he's definitely a bust. This guy's name is MB. This might be Michael Beasley.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
not
listening.
kidding.
He's talking about himself. They didn't like his
Yeah,
attitude.
it's down his burner right here.
Yeah,
All right,
that's
NBA
funny.
Finals prediction. Obviously, this NBA season has been insane. If it were to end right now, the Kings, Jazz, and Trailblazers would all be in the playoffs. Don't know if you see that staying that way, but who do you think meets in the NBA Finals? You don't give me your run through. Just give me your way too early NBA Finals prediction. Who's in it and who wins over them?
You're not gonna like it, but I have Milwaukee Bucks in there winning the East. I just think that core, like for playoffs, have played so many
Yeah,
games together. It's gonna be tough to beat with Middleton healthy. Bobby Portis is a great big. Giannis, obviously. Holiday, like Pat Connaughton, Javion Carter. Like they have so many guys that have all played together. And Brooke Lopez, like that's going to be a tough team to beat in a 7-game series. You know what I mean? So
Hasheem to
going
beat. Yeah,
going that way. And then in the West, I still have the Warriors. Even though slow start, like I just think the experience is there and you still see flashes of them. And so I think they make a move at the deadline. Not sure exactly what that will be, but I think they upgrade. And
yeah.
so I would say those are my way too early predictions, just off the small sample size.
I like it. I'm gonna agree with you with the Bucks. I think if healthy, they're the best team in the league. I think they went to 7 games without Chris Middleton against the Celtics, who looked like the even better finals team against the Warriors. They just kind of couldn't handle it. But throughout the whole series, I thought the Celtics were the better team. So
Right.
if the Bucks are healthy, I think they easily coast. I think it's their year to lose. So I think they win the finals. And from the West, it's so hard. Like the
That's
West is
that's
just
what
like
I
I
was
feel like
gonna say. They're all the same, like
it's like if Kawhi's healthy and plays, but then he's not even gonna have the stamina to, I don't think, to play in a playoff series. That really never works out. The Suns seem to have their own issues, but the Suns are still a great team. And the Nuggets are a tough out. So I'm gonna go with Bucks Nuggets just because I think a Bucks Nuggets Giannis and Jokic finals would kind of shut everyone up of like who should have won the finals or who should have won MVP and this and that. And I think the NBA would love that. So I'm
yeah,
gonna go with that.
I like that. I just like going with stars that have proved themselves. I think like when with the
Yeah.
Nuggets, like Jokic, obviously, the thing that scares me is they have some inconsistencies with their shooters. You know what I mean? Michael Porter Jr. a little up and down, Murray a little up and down.
Yeah.
So I mean, if those guys get hot and get clicking, they've all played together a while. They should be a pretty solid team. The West just had so many teams that, like, yeah, I could see them in there, but you know what I mean. But I'm not willing to pick them.
Yeah, no, 100%. So I got a comment right here. Matt, let's get some Stanley Cup predictions. I'll give you one real quick. Real quick. The Devils are going to win, in my honest opinion, just because they are the best team overall right now, even in advanced analytics. But I do think they're playing over their heads. I think, eventually they'll come back to reality. They could win the next year or so. I don't think this is the year, but I wouldn't be shocked if the Devils went all the way now because they've proven themselves. But if you wanted me to actually like bet on it and I had to say this is what I was going to do, this is what I think is going to happen. I think the Hurricanes are the best team in the league when they're fully rolling, and they get Max Pacioretty, who played for Vegas and is nasty, coming back from injury. He didn't play all season. Now he's going to come back for the second half and for the playoffs. This Hurricanes team is the team to beat, and I think the Avs could easily go back. I think they should trade for a goaltender for a playoff run. I think getting rid of Kemper kind of screwed them over, but I do think it's like an Avs final again, or maybe the Stars if they can figure it out because I think their team is very good. But I don't want to bore everyone too much with hockey, so we're gonna skip past that. Do you have any looks for the NFL slate or college football that you wanted to touch on?
Well, I'll be on Oregon State money line. So that's the only college football one. I'll be in attendance. Boots will be on the ground. So
You'd love to see that.
definitely going to be taking Oregon State. I think they match up actually better than most people are giving credit to. But in the NFL slate, I'm taking Eagles 6.5 bounce back game. That's a biased fan, but I think Green Bay is going to be in a rough spot, especially with Aaron Rodgers with the thumb injury coming into Philadelphia. So I think Philly's got to bounce back, especially with how bad they looked last week and the week prior. So that was kind of an early one I've been eyeing.
I agree. I think you're spot on. I know nothing about this, but I love that analysis. I can't stand college football, but I like watching it. I just can't understand. I can't wrap my head around the different conferences and all this stuff.
That's what my thing is too. And it's like the how they pick the playoffs and stuff, I think is dumb.
Yeah, me too. As far as the Eagles go, I think you're right. I think Aaron Rodgers they're not going to make the playoffs.
Is he done?
I think he's hurt, and he's just like, but I don't know if they can even bench him at this point. So it's like, because then like you don't want Jordan Love coming in and like trying to make them, because he still wants to prove that he can play. It's tough. I feel like it's like a balancing act. One thing for me that I'm still looking at is the Seahawks and Raiders over
points
on Sunday. It's 47.5. And I just feel like both of these defenses can give up 30 points apiece.
Yeah, I like that. And the Raiders are going to push the ball. Like, they're not going to just run clock. You know what I mean? Like, they want to put points up.
Like, I think that's so low, to be honest.
Yeah, no, that is really low.
And I think this game could be, I might look at a first half over, but the last time I said a Seahawks over on stream, it soared over. There was like 80 points scored. So I'm leaning that way right now. As far as the games go, we have some weird games. Like everyone's kind of hurt. Like Lamar Jackson's a little banged up. But I think the Ravens should kind of coast through the Jaguars if he's fully healthy. I think the Seahawks take care of business versus the Raiders. I think the Eagles take care of business versus the Packers. It's kind of like a shorter week too because of Thanksgiving games of like actual Sunday games. But
what do you think about the Broncos-Panthers game? Kind of an ugly one, but it's damn near a pick-em. It's a 1 point.
You know the over-under is in this game?
36. Pretty damn low, but like I don't know. I would lean Denver. It's minus 120 on the money line against Carolina. Sam Darnold starting.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Kind of an ugly one.
That is really ugly. That's I don't even know. He said Lamar's healthy. I like the Ravens then over the Jaguars. I think this Ravens team is obviously so good. And I don't think the Jaguars kind of played a little over their heads in the beginning and they've easily come down to earth. But this Baltimore team's third overall in DVOA and Jacksonville's 19.
How's the line only 3.5?
That's what I'm saying.
Like, I definitely think it should be 4.
Mark Andrews still out? Someone let us know if Mark Andrews is out.
I can't remember. I'm looking.
This is TBD. We don't know yet. If he plays, like that line should be like 5.5. I think he moves the line by 1 point.
Yeah, it looks like Isaiah Likely is the one that's – Mark Andrews has props up, so he's probably playing.
Then I don't see how they don't cruise that game.
I agree.
Like
yeah, 3.5 seems low.
Well, what's the Ravens have scored first every game on the road too. I don't know what that prop is.
I'm not sure. There's a lot of interesting lines this week, though. Like, even the Titans-Bengals one is kind of interesting. I honestly would lean Titans money line as a plus 125. I kind of like that against Cincy, but I'm not the biggest believer in what they're doing this season.
Same.
So I kind of think they're fraudulent, like most of the NFL teams this year.
Yeah, they're also 3-3 on the road. They're on the road, right?
Yep.
Yeah, the 3-3 on the road, not really going to cut it. It's a must-win game for them, though. They're a game behind the Ravens, and the Ravens, if they beat the Jaguars and the Bengals lose, nice little comfortable lead there. But yeah, I kind of like the Titans a little bit. I think the Bengals are always just so public.
Right. They're like not a sharp play. Like I feel like they're what everyone like they're what the books want you to take. Is
Yeah,
Bengals.
100%.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, if Chase is still out, which he's questionable.
I just think anytime the Titans play, it's okay to throw a dart at them because if they control the clock, that team is so hard to win against. You know what I mean? Like if they don't turn the ball over and play through Henry and then stop the run on the defensive side of the ball, like that's a tough team to go into Tennessee and beat.
Yeah,
Because
no,
the clock's going to be moving the whole game. So if
they're
you get
playing really
behind,
well.
yeah.
No,
Like
yeah,
they looked good against Green Bay.
they did. They looked really good. They controlled that entire game.
Yeah, they really liked what I saw from them, honestly.
There's some ugly games. Like this Rams Chiefs game is going to be so gross. Matt Stafford's out.
I love that the Rams finally are getting caught up to all the BS. All those trades where they're trading all these first-round picks and paying all this big money to the stars, which paid off for the 1 year, so can't knock them. But now I think for the next 3 or 4 years, they're going to be playing catch-up.
Hell yeah, it's the price you pay for a chance to win a ring. I mean,
definitely. I mean, I would say it was worth it, wouldn't you?
Yeah, 100%.
You know, but like, yeah, these next couple years are going to be tough.
Yeah, we're getting in the chat that Mixon is out as well.
Samaje Perine will start then.
Let me see, because if Mixon's out, Chase is questionable. If they both don't play, his Titans line is
juicy.
Is very juicy. 100%.
Yeah, Mixon's marked out.
Yeah, I'm gonna look a little deeper, but as far as it's
first
going so
look,
far,
yeah.
First look, yeah, I like the Raiders Seahawks over. I like the Titans +3 too. Nice little cushion
Yeah,
there.
you could take the points if you wanted. I would just sprinkle money line just so you get a little bit more.
Yeah, I think like the Ravens, the Titans, and the Raiders Seahawks over for now.
Another one, the last one I was eyeing. Can't tell if it's a sharp play or not, but the Bears +6 against the Jets.
Yeah.
Like with all that Zach Wilson crap going on.
Yeah, who's starting?
Oh, they said every position on this team is up for grabs. That's what the head coach said.
Pretty wild to say when they're still doing very well.
Yeah, I mean they had that terrible game against the Pats. Right, that was the Patriots where it was 3-5 or whatever, and then they took a punt return to the house.
Yeah.
Or kick return, whatever it was.
The punt return.
Did you see the memes where it was Zach Wilson and they asked, "Do you feel like you let the defense down?" And he goes, "No, not at all."
Oh yeah, but then Josh Allen threw like one pick and he's like, "Yeah, I let the whole team down."
Literally, that was so bad.
That's what it is. That is definitely what it is. All right, I'm getting some messages in the chat about some NHL stuff real quick, and then I don't have anything else for the rest. So let me just run through this. You guys said Devils 60-minute line. I like the Devils 60-minute line. I'm going to the game tonight. Both teams on a back-to-back. I think the over 6 is a better play. I'm going to have a lot of power plays on both sides, but also Vitek Vanacek, the Devils goalie, came from Washington. First time he gets to play him, I think, in New Jersey versus his former squad. So maybe he has a little extra chip on his shoulder. Only reason why the over kind of worries me, but in general, both these teams on a back-to-back, you see lots of power plays. Devils do score a lot. I like the 60-minute line, and I do like the over 6, just to give you guys a little run through. But that's basically it. Let us know what you guys thought of our draft of forgotten athletes, and let us know if you want to do something else the next time. I had a lot of fun. Hopefully they did.
Austin,
anything else you want to talk about, bring up?
No, I think that was a great episode. Let us know who won the draft, whose team are you taking. And, yeah, I mean, if we want to do more.
Yeah, give us ideas for stuff you want us to do.
Feel free to give ideas. It doesn't really matter what it is, you know what I mean? We'll get creative.
Yeah, I'm gonna let our producer edit a video so we can put it out so it's with the words on it. and it's out there. We're trying to get that out in a little bit, so stay tuned. As always, best of luck on your plays today. Make sure to follow Austin and make sure to put his notifications on when he puts his plays out. And hopefully you guys already did that for me. Austin, it's been a pleasure.
Absolutely,
Thank you for coming on again. We'll see you next time. Peace.
Later.